it. Oh, hey, we're live. Hello, everybody. This is Vaginal Fantasy. What is Vaginal Fantasy, you ask? Well, it's a good question. I will answer it for you. Vaginal Fantasy is a book club where me and my 3 co-hosts discuss a genre romance book. And in between, we have a forum on goodreads.com/vaginalfantasy where we have a community of almost 14,000 people participating in discussing literature. I almost did that clean. Veronica, I need hosting help. You're so good.
Hosting coaching.
Yeah, I need some coaching. Anywho, we are really happy to be here for our May Hangout. It's a little late because I was out of the country, but I'm back, and so are my co-hosts here, who are, let's introduce them. Boop, boop, boop. Bonnie, go first.
Hi, I'm here, and wait, yay! I don't know I forgot what I'm supposed to say. This is what I'm drinking.
Yeah, what are you drinking and what's your name? Your name is Bonnie Burton. I just already spoiled it.
We need help with this, Veronica. Okay, so my name's Bonnie Burton. Here's my drink. It's in a one-room glass. It's blood orange soda with a lot of vodka. So it's like high school all over again.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
Wait, what was in that? I need a recap on that. Say that again?
Blood orange soda.
Orange soda.
I don't know why it's pink. I think it's because it's artisanal. I don't know. I got it at one of the places in San Francisco that's like got soda that's like 5 times as expensive as normal soda.
Oh, good. It's handmade by hipsters. It's going to be beautiful.
I have Sky vodka in there too. Like a lot of vodka. Because there's no way we're doing the show sober unless we're pregnant like one of our hosts is.
Oh, like who? Like Kyla Caseby.
Hi.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking pizza because I'm pregnant, so I have to have food near me at all times.
Wait, when you say you're drinking pizza, do you mean you put it in a blender or you're just eating it?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
let's not talk about that because
sorry.
Trying to keep me from throwing up. So
It's lovely. Isn't birth lovely?
Oh God, it's a joyful miracle experience. I'm glowing with health and virility.
Wow. Okay. And our last host is Veronica Belmont.
Hello. I am not bursting with virility and vigor and vim and pizza, unfortunately. But I am drinking out of my Vaginal Fantasy glass. Tonight I'm drinking a red wine. I forgot to look at what it is. I don't care.
It's a beautiful glass. I am drinking my special, which is I can't drink wine anymore because of my acid reflux. It's really bad for it. And I basically drank about 50 bottles when I was in Europe for the last 3 weeks, so I'm off it. Boom. Done for life. But I do like rum, and so I did. My brother actually took me to a whiskey tasting place in Edinburgh in Scotland, so I'm more on the hard liquor now, which is a great improvement, or not? The awkward. Anyway, I'm doing rum and ginger ale, which is classy.
Ooh.
See.
Delicious.
I know. Is that called anything? Because it's not a rum and coke, because it's not called.
Isn't it dark and stormy?
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't
I
there
like
more
that.
stuff in a dark and stormy? I feel like it's dark. I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
Stormy is, I'm sure everyone on Twitter is going to tell us exactly what the dark and stormy is, but it's ginger beer, and I thought it was a harder alcohol than rum.
Yeah, it might be whiskey. Or brandy?
Bourbon? Do people drink brandy still?
I don't know. People don't drink brandy unless they're in like a parlor.
The only time I hear about people
In a
drinking
snifter.
if they've just seen a ghost, or it's a murder mystery, or it's Jessica Fletcher, like old people drink brandy, or if it's someone just got attacked in an alleyway and they've come into like some fancy like hotel and someone's like, get her brandy. It's always get them brandy when they freak out.
Oh, so it's a fainting revival, kind of like smelling salts, except tastier.
Yeah. I'd prefer tequila over brandy if I was attacked in the alley or saw a ghost or zombie, but I'm just putting that out there.
So, a dark and stormy is rum and ginger beer.
Okay,
A little bit of lime.
Good job, you
A little
guys.
tiny bit of lime.
We will be taking comments from the chat by the Hangout because Google Hangout finally got their crap together so we could see live chat. Or you can use the hashtag Vaginal Fantasy on Twitter. And we will be pulling your comments as well as comments I've culled from the forum. What?
I just said yay, sorry.
Okay, thank you for support.
Yay!
Before we get into the book this month, I always give a shout out to our local groups. So on the forum at goodreads.com/vaginalfantasy, we have 14,000 people, and all around the world we have groups getting together discussing the monthly book, the alt book, or any books that they come across that they want to discuss with each other. And we have a lot of groups, and I like to give a shout out to them. So here we go, a long list, but nonetheless supportive. Last month we had the Ambassadors of Smut in Laguna Beach meet. We had the Only Lovers Left in the Library in Puerto Rico. We had the Vaginistas do a Google Plus hangout. We had a Romantic Times Book Lovers Convention, and I believe they might have done a hangout. They got a meetup there, so that's cool. The Beaver Tales meetup in Ottawa, Ontario. The Gotham Quills and Quims met in New York City. Reverse Cowgirls in Austin. The Only Lovers Left in the Library met again on May 31st. And on June 1st, the Vaginal Fantasy Down Under Australia met on Google Hangout. So upcoming, we have the Vaginistas. They're going to have a Driven Hangout tomorrow night at 7:30. So if you want to join in, go look on the forum. The Viking Booty in Sweden is going to meet online on the 6th. On the 7th, the NoHo Cream Pies are meeting in North Hollywood. I'm sorry, I still have not attended one of your events. I will this year, I promise. I'm horrible. The Gotham Quills and Quims will be meeting in New York City again, and the Ambassadors of Smut in Lake Forest, California will be meeting on the 25th. So we have lots of local meetups. If you want to join one or create your own, just go to the forum and look under local groups. That is the forum folder. Boom. Anybody else have anything before you want to announce before we start?
Can you see me? Because Comcast booted me off for like a second, and I came back.
No, you're back. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, no, you're good. Do you have your book ready, though?
I want like a sound effect for that. Like,
all right, let's do it again.
swing!
So this month's theme was post-apocalyptic trucker, kind of. Just post-apocalypse in honor of Mad Max. And our book was by Eve Kennin, and it's named Driven. And here's the description. Raina Bowen knows she can handle herself just fine against anything the harsh northern waste throws at her, until it throws her an enigmatic stranger called Wizard. First, she has to haul him out of a brawl he can't hope to win, and next, her libido is shooting into overdrive at the feel of his hard body pressed against hers on the back of her snow scooter. But there's something not quite right about this guy. Before she can strip bare Wizard's secrets, they're lured into a race for their lives, battling rival truckers, ice pirates, and a merciless maniac with a very personal vendetta. Driven. Ba-ba-ba.
There's a couple sexy books out there named Driven already, so that was, I almost bought the wrong one on
A couple
Kindle.
people did, because we got tweeted by a few viewers that got the wrong book, and they were halfway through it before they realized this isn't sexy. So.
Oh no! Well, it's kind of an appropriate name for a romance.
What?
It's a little appropriate for a romance. Driven.
Yeah, Driven.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Driven
To lust.
driving the semi-truck through the big mountain tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it. Freudian.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's talk about general thoughts about the book. Let's go down the line. Veronica, why don't you start?
Oh, geez, you're gonna make me start. Okay.
Okay, you want to reverse it now, Kyla?
No.
Okay.
No. I read this one pretty quickly, so it's not as fresh in my mind as I would like it to be. But I actually liked Raina. This was not a terrible book in my opinion. In fact, I was surprised to see that Felicia gave it only 2 stars on Goodreads. That's pretty low in Felicia land.
I would revise that. I think I was more critical because I was reading like 100 at the time. Like right now, I would go back and revise that to 3, at the very least, probably 4.
Yeah, I
Just
had
for
it
the
at
record.
4, and then I changed it to 3, and now I'm like, maybe I should have kept it at 4. But I thought it was fun. I thought Wizard was kind of a weird name. That kind of like, I got it. It was like his code number, his like signifier. But I feel like now, thinking back on it, there were a lot of strange plot devices and holes that I don't really understand what was going on. Like Raina being with Tatiana, like somewhere, like I don't really remember what exactly happened, why Raina was in the same place as the 3 brothers and like Wizard. What was the other girl?
Tatiana and
Yabuko.
Yabuko. Wait, I've got it. I've
Yabuko.
got it written down. Yuriko.
Yuriko. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like why was she in the same place as Tatiana? I don't really remember.
It was
Sam worked for.
Yeah, there's some muddiness in the history, I thought. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, so that was a little bit on the confusing side. And the way Wizard talk, it was so like data speak, like it kind of cracked me up, like affirmative, affirmative. Everything was affirmative. Like, okay, you're not actually an android. Like you don't really have to talk like one. Like I'm not sure why they taught you to speak that way. But it was and Eureka, is that her name?
Eureka. It's either Eureka or Yuriko.
Well, it
probably
sounded like a
Eureka.
Japanese name, and I can't. But now I can't. I don't see it anymore. So now
No,
I
it
can't
is
remember it.
Yuriko. Yuriko.
Okay. Anywho, I was a little confused by all of that. But I thought Reina was a cool, strong character. I thought she was kind of a badass. I liked her attitude. You know, she was looking out for number one. She was taking care of business. But she had feelings. Like she wasn't like one of those that was completely walled off from her emotions and from, you know, her feelings of potential love interest. They're saying, you know, Dread Chupacabra reminded me that a computer taught him. So of course he would talk like a computer. That's right. Yeah, but it was a little too. I mean, that's what my next point was. She didn't talk. His sister didn't talk that way. So why is he still stuck talking that way? So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, okay, but you overall liked it.
Yeah, it was fun. I thought the world was interesting. I kind of wanted to know more about what was going on in the world. You know, what the rest of the world was like. At the end, they end up on a beach, and I'm like, why wasn't everyone just at the beach to begin with? Why are you in the frozen waste if you can get to the beach? I know that was like her plan to save up money and go to the beach, but like, why are any of you up there? Like, that sounds like it sucks. So yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get into all the specifics as we go on in the discussion. Bonnie, what did you think of Driven?
Okay, so I kind of like the main character. I feel the same way as Veronica about her. It was weird because like when I first read this book is super fast to read, so I read it twice because I thought I'd missed something. Because as I was reading it, I would get a little, not lost, because it isn't a complicated book, but I would get confused about a few things. Like, this was supposed to be in the snow tundra type thing. How did they sneak up on each other? You cannot sneak up on people in snow because it makes that crunchy noise. So there's certain things where I was like, did I miss what was happening? And also, Wizard is such a weird character. First of all, I got caught up on the name. And I know I shouldn't. I know it was just his, like, trucker nickname or whatever. But Wizard, really? I mean, come on. And I don't know. It was just hard for me to picture him seriously. Sex scenes were great. There was kind of a wham bam, thank you, Wizard kind of thing.
Ooh, did you read the extra sex scene at the end? Like in the Kindle version, they have the extra bonus sex scene.
I missed the sex scene because I'm reading hardcover instead of Kindle.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's not fair. I should get an extra sex scene just because I have too many books in my apartment. So I did like her. I got a little. I mean, I liked. I'm gonna mispronounce her name. Is it Reina? It's just Reina, right?
Reina, yeah. I think.
I liked that she was kind of swagger Han Solo type character. Like, I liked her attitude. Her inner monologues were a little annoying. And just to wrap it up, they overuse the word buttocks. Just say buttocks. Seriously. Anytime I see butt, I can't even say it without laughing. Every time I see
buttocks.
Say ass, say butt, say bass. There's so many.
Bass?
Well, all about that bass. That's what that song's about, is buttocks.
Oh, but I never heard. I thought it was just in reference to. I didn't think it was called bass before that song. I thought people call it. Do people call it bass?
Well, that's because none of you have a big butt like I do, so I know all the big butt terms.
I have a pretty big butt. It's proportionally large. It's an inflated size compared to the rest of my body.
Yeah.
Mine is getting larger every day.
Okay.
You have a parasite in you, okay?
Yeah. But it's weird. Like, I try to get into the car, and I get into the car the way I normally would, only my butt hits the door.
And that's balance. That's because you have an extra human inside of you. All I have is extra burritos inside of me. Like, I
have those too.
But yeah, so I got a little annoyed with the use of buttocks in the book, because if you're gonna write a sexy romance book, don't constantly use a word that's gonna make us giggle like Beavis and Butthead. Butthead.
Buttocks.
And that's better than
All right. Well, we'll get into characters and world building. Oh, sorry.
It's the book, but it wasn't like a 5 for me. It's more like a 3.5.
All right. Fair. Kyla, what did you think?
Well, I liked it. I accidentally started reading the wrong book at first, which was Silver, which I think is the first book in that bundle. And,
Because it was part of a 99-cent bundle, guys.
Yeah.
And so basically, there's a 99-cent bundle that this book was in. You got 7 books. So it was a real bargain this month.
Oh man, I missed out. I got the wrong one.
Did we not send you that? But Fracky on the forums, if you get the 99-cent bundle, if it's still just a heads up about the Women of the Apocalypse 99-cent book pack. The second story is about the Millie Way universe after an attack that left the men dead or sterile. So the women scientists create stud males to travel around in their spaceships, having baby-making sexy times with all the ladies.
Whoa.
So I don't know. 99 cents, guys.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, the first book, Silver, is really, really good. So I would highly recommend that one.
Okay.
So get the bundle because it sounds like they're all good. But I really liked it. I liked Raina. I don't know about the whole trucker thing. That was kind of. I just couldn't stop thinking about ice road truckers and.
Tell me then, do you think this was an instance, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to, while we're talking about the trucker thing, do you think this was an instance of an author catering to a very specific audience, that being truckers? Women truckers?
Maybe.
I don't think
And shouldn't they be listening to audiobooks?
Market.
Oh, that's a good point, because I bet the audiobook market, a lot of truckers listen to audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
That. Though I felt it was more like, I mean, we read it because of Mad Max, but maybe there is like a subgroup of geek girls and like feminists and women who love romance books who like the idea of the open road and they're in charge and you have that kind of freedom as a female.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
The publisher is Shonen, which I think is an anime publisher. So it's really odd. I don't know if it's manga or anime that specific publisher, but if you look at the cover, it's very cartoony, and that seems to be everything in that publisher has anime covers. So I don't know exactly who it's appealing to.
That looks very manga to me.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. The cover really looks very...
Yeah.
Truckers. But maybe truckers too. Anyway, Kyla, did you have anything else?
Just I also thought that Wizard was a stupid name for a dude. So I couldn't get past his name or his braid with the marcasite beads in his braid. And I didn't mind the way he spoke. Actually, it reminded me of Stranger in a Strange Land. So I could deal with that. But I still actually really enjoyed reading about it and the world as soon as I just got past the trucker thing. Oh, and I hated it. I hated it when she said frig or friggin'. It just drove me insane.
Oh, I meant to talk about that. Why?
Why?
Penis and vagina sex on one page, and then she says friggin' like on the next page, and I'm like, when did curse words get like removed from this post-apocalyptic land?
Yeah.
Like frozen ice hellscape. Like why people are not saying the word F?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The F word. She did say penis a lot, which I was like, all right, I like penis more than dick. Like, I would never want to be like...
Someone tweet that.
I think cock. I think for me it's cock.
You don't like cock, or you like
cock? No, I do. I think it's better for sex.
No, it's optimal. Yeah. I would say cock, penis, dick on a scale.
See, I like names. So, like goldenrod or wand or...
meat stick.
Nah, that's too weird. Baton.
Flesh tunnel. No, that's the opposite.
One-eyed snake.
Yeah, shaft is good. One-eyed snake is good. I mean,
Flesh Cheeto.
I mean, penis is so boring. Like, if you're a writer writing a romance book, go the gamut. Like, just look up. I think Veronica, didn't you tweet those Victorian slang?
Mm-hmm, I did. Yes.
Come on. We wanted to bring back Klim as a thing that everyone says, and Avengers used it, which was awesome. But I feel like we need to bring back Victorian slang for penis. So.
Well, what are some of those words though?
Oh, I'll have to pull that up. Okay, go talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, well I have to give my review. I I was very surprised to see that I had given this 2 stars because I don't know what state of mind I was in because I actually remembered this quite fondly, and that's why I picked it for the club, especially given that the theme this month was post-apocalyptic Mad Max type, which was even more appropriate when I realized there were trucks involved. So I'm pretty excited about my pick. I feel like the theme was well chosen, and despite being not, I mean, the world building was it was a little confusing. Some of the times I was confused about what happened to Reyna and Wizard in the past, and you kind of are just like, you're right. If there's a beach, why aren't you just there? So there was some weird world building in general, and we can talk about that later more in depth. But in general, I really liked Reyna. I had no problem with Wizard. In fact, that would be a hot name for me. And I'm sorry, I like a braid with a bead on it. I think it's sassy. It reminds me of Jamaica or the Caribbean. So Johnny Depp has a lot of beads with, he's hot.
That's a pirate thing, right? That's like
It's a pirate thing.
So I feel like pirate sexy, but not so much surfer sexy. I don't know.
But he's in the ice wastes,
Yeah.
So anyway,
with the Reavers and their pirates.
I thought he was pretty. Tube steak. Oh God, people in the chat.
Oh yeah, I like this one. All right, one of the bustle ones, the Victorian ones was Pego for penis.
Oh, a Pego.
Pego.
Oh. Sounds like a Pixar character.
Burp, 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 burp.
Yeah, they don't have very many different penis terms. Lobcock is a flaccid penis.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel like if we're going to talk about penises, the giant penis pillow needs to be...
Oh,
Yeah, you were wondering where your penis pillow was. There you go.
Aww. That's sweet.
There you go.
You should vandalize that, and then it'd be traumatic. Anyway, I would definitely reevaluate this as probably 3 stars, even though I mean, it was a light read, which we've been having a lot of heavy reads lately, so I kind of enjoyed the fact that it was very frothy. General thoughts on the forum were generally positive, although the wizard name was mocked to endless amusement, and there was a lot of repetitive nature in some of the writing that could have used some editing. Joe on the forum said, I enjoyed this read. It wasn't the best book ever, but it was fun with action and sexy times. And Laura said, I think there could be a good drinking game out of this book using the words masculine and wizard.
Yes, and buttocks.
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 Yeah. So in general, people seemed to enjoy it. What did you guys think about the theme of the post-apocalyptic world? So like the world building and the theme of the post-apocalypse kind of situation. Like, what did you guys think about that as far as the strength of the book?
It didn't seem very post-apocalyptic to me, frankly. It seemed kind of like dystopian, but not necessarily post-apocalyptic.
Can you explain the difference to me? Because I get those confused all the time between a post-apocalyptic, dystopian, and what's the other one? There's another word that describes sort of aftermath of crap.
Well, for me, post-apocalyptic literally means post-apocalypse. So everything has gone to hell in a handbasket. There's probably very few people left on the world, and what's left of the world is pretty uninhabitable. So that's typically what I think of post-apocalyptic. Dystopian is more like a dark future. Like things aren't great for the humans there, but it's not unlivable. There's like a chance of hope.
Okay,
so it's the opposite of utopia.
Veronica.
What did I do?
Fallout 4.
No, you didn't know this. I tweeted about this at like 9 a.m. You did too. Oh, we're talking about it now.
We tweeted at the same time.
I know. My brain is like exploding.
I've been waiting
I'm
for us to
so
talk
excited.
about this tonight because it's totally the same theme as what we're talking about.
That's right. How many hours?
Right?
What's the countdown at? What's the countdown
I think
at?
we're like 14 hours or something.
Is it 14 hours until the reveal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited, you guys.
Oh my God, we're gonna wait. Like you'll never see us again. Basically, like this is gonna be it for like
Ever
at
since
least
Dragon Age.
150
I know.
hours.
I haven't had anything. Well, Pillars of Eternity. I just haven't had time to get into it. But I think
Everybody's been saying that Witcher 3 is supposed to be like a good holdover. Like
I
haven't
like
played
that.
it.
I've heard
though.
too.
I don't like Gerald Tarrant as a character. I'm just like, give me a character who looks like me, and I'm gonna play with him. And he sleeps with all the ladies, which is not a bad thing. But it's like I just want to be a girl. Let me be a girl and sleep with all the ladies. I don't know.
Yeah, I like having that option.
Sorry, I just woke up. Yeah.
I'm playing Heroes of the Storm though, so that's kind of holding me. I'm trying to get really good at it. So
Is it fun?
it's so fun.
Is it? I can't do things that make me anxious though. So
It'll
it's
make
kind of
you
like
a little stressful.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
I'm gonna be playing after this actually.
God damn it! I need to learn how to be skillful at a game like that, though. So I need to just learn to deal. Okay, let's move on.
11.5 hours.
Oh,
Wow.
oh God, how am
Until
I
we
supposed
find
to
out.
sleep?
Until we know
I feel
more.
like I should. I know somebody at Bethesda because I did one of their games. I feel like I just want to spoil myself by emailing, and then I'm like,
I
don't
think
do
we
that.
all know most of the same people there. Yes, it is.
I think if you both did those games.
We both did do. Felicia and I were girlfriends.
We were girlfriends. I forgot about that.
Our characters. Her
Veronica,
character was named Veronica.
Yes, you were Veronica, Felicia.
And
I know.
was Christine, and we were actually in love with each other.
I forgot that. I hope
that
they bring
cute?
us back.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
Oh
So,
yeah, I forgot. That was the whole thing with us.
That was kind of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever? You
Anyway.
were looking for a wedding dress, weren't you? For our wedding, wasn't that something you
No,
really
I was
wanted?
always looking for a dress, and
You
I
were
was
looking
like,
for a dress.
yeah, and I think there
it was
was
probably
like,
for
an
our
underlying thing
wedding.
there.
That never was. We never
that's
consummated our
sad.
No,
wedding.
it was sad. It was really sad.
People watching this should at least write a fan fiction short story of you two actually getting married.
Oh, I think actually there is either like actual fiction or fan fiction about it. Yeah, it's out there already.
It's canon.
I like it. We could have a spinoff. Okay. Anyway, well, Heather on the forums, I had a couple of very funny things. I'm about 40-something pages in, and I realized that this is going to be a weird future trucker porn. Nothing about truckers screams erotica to me, so we'll see how this goes. And then Sarah says, as many criticisms as I have about the book, I do like the fact that the setting was much different from anything we've read. I would never have picked up a trucker-based novel on my own.
Oh, that's so shitty. That's kind of shitty.
I think that's kind of sweet. I like that we're like opening up the spectrum, as it were, of weird romance settings for people to read. And I agree. I probably wouldn't have picked up a trucker romance book either, even if it is post-apocalyptic slightly.
What's another weird one? I would say I would not pick up a golfing romance. That would not be something I would want to read.
I don't know, unless the golf balls are like aliens. Like, there has to be some weird paranormal element. It can't just be some boring. Like, this is what when we started this group. Remember, we didn't want to do the type of romances that everybody reads. We wanted to do the stuff that you may not know about, or if you're a sci-fi or fantasy or horror fan, you could kind of move over into these books easily without it being too weird. Yeah. And I think this falls under that. I mean, the dude's name's Wizard. It is a weird setting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There could be a twist. What would be your weird twist that you're like, I would not be into golf romance or trucker romance? What would be yours, you guys? Each one of you go down the line. You've got to have one.
Like, what would I not be into?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. What genre would you be like, I don't think I'm going to pick that up?
This is actually one of the biggest genres in romance. I will never read any of it. It's Christian romance.
Oh.
Talk about not using bad words and having just missionary sex, if they do at all. I don't even know if they have sex.
I doubt it.
But there is a huge genre called Christian romance.
But there's something to be said for the desire that you can't have, Satan.
I don't think they would do that whole forbidden fruit stuff in Christian.
Okay. I'm just telling you, I was in Rome, and were I single and available to the priests, it would be fine, because there were some hot-ass priests walking around Rome.
There's
like
calendars.
Real hot. There's a calendar, and they are all hot.
Yeah. I would read that. Like, I think if it's Thornburg type stuff where it's like you're having sex with the priest and you're not supposed to, I am all over that. I mean, seriously, I'll read that. But I don't think that's what Christian romance is. I think it really is just like Christian.
Hand-holding?
Like, it's like hard pop and mingle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a lot of promise rings and.
Yeah, a lot of we can't have sex until we're married 5 years or something. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Probably like bromance, like bros, like dude bros.
Yeah.
Bromance romance.
Like
not like guy on guy, but like bros with their baseball caps on backwards and stuff.
Like Magic Mike?
It's like going to sports
No, I would
bars.
definitely hump the whatever out of Magic Mike. I guess it's not the same. That's not really what I mean. It's
No, I know what you mean, because I was kind of thinking snowboarding. Like I just
MMA. Snowboarding, yeah.
No, MMA fighters are hot. MMA's hot.
MMA romance, I would read that.
I would read that, but I would not read a snowboarding romance unless I was a teen.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty funny, Kyla.
Just one thing I did. So I was reading and I was thinking, yeah, I don't understand this world. Although they're having to drive through the ice, so I'm like, well, they're all trapped in ice. Like maybe something happened there. And then there was a phrase in there that said the new government order didn't allow women to be in the ruling. They didn't allow women to rule, which I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. Why? And then everyone was at the beach. So I think the world building, there were some holes there. That's what I'll just say overall.
Weird. I put that in a book where almost all your readers are going to be women.
Where's Veronica going?
I don't know. What happened? What is going on? Plugging in her. Did you just fall off your chair very
No, my
slowly?
standing desk. It's time to stand up. I got my notifications, so now I'm standing.
Oh.
Oh.
Where did you get a notification from?
Is your
From my
desk at
computer.
your desk?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it talking to you for?
It's telling me it's time to stand up.
Oh my god.
Wait, back up. So does your desk automatically just like your chair
Just
automatically
move?
lowers to force you to stand up, or was it like a beep beep type alarm? Or did you just
It's an alarm on my desktop that says now it's
Okay.
time to stand up. So I push the button and it goes to the height. that
Oh,
I
do you
need
have
to
a
go
next
to.
desk?
No, I have a Jarvis.
Oh, okay. The ones, but it's a button. I have one of those.
Yeah,
it's so good.
it's a button,
Okay. All right. Everybody, let's move on to the story and the plot. So let's forget the world building. I think that probably was the weakest part of the book. What about the story? Did anybody have a problem or really love the story of
That guy was too evil. Wasn't he just a little too evil?
With the eye patch, and his name was Bane.
that was a little come on. I feel bad for good people with eye patches. I feel like eye patches have been stereotypically bad people with patches for too long. Like the only character I can think of that I read that is obviously Xander in the Buffy comics. He has an eye patch because he got his eye plucked out by, was it Nathan Fillion that took it out?
Yeah, Kane.
Yeah.
It's like Kane.
So
Yeah,
to me, it's like
right
that's
out.
the eye patch dude that I feel like is not a bad guy, but all the others comics and books I read, it's always the stereotypical.
No, Nick Fury.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's true. That's a good eye patch. You're right.
Yeah.
an eye patch. It's a sexy eye patch on him.
All right. Yeah, it is weird, and he was. Well, we'll get into the character stuff, but yeah, the plot was a little weird in that I got a little irritated that at the very end, Reyna somehow is superpowered because she was infused with wizard's blood when they were young, and I was like, what's going on? Did they know each other when they were young?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing that Veronica was kind of confused about, like. How were they near each other when they were
Yeah,
young?
and how was one of them like Tatiana with her, but the other ones were never with her? Like, why were they separated? I'm not really sure why they were separated.
Also, did the bad guy molest her when she was 12? Is that what the deal was? Because
I'm
I was
pretty sure
always
that was the
I
deal.
think so.
that
Yeah.
was terrible. I mean, he was awful.
Yeah.
And then her dad beat her, and then suddenly in the middle of it, she's like, oh, there was a reason he was beating the crap out of me my whole life. And I'm like, this is terrible. I had a problem with that.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
tired, and I think we've been talking about this kind of thing a lot lately of like rape being the ultimate threat. Like I get it, like I understand, but it's too easy. It's such an easy plot device, and it's like it's as Scalzi said, it's kind of lazy writing. You know, like just to have a rape be like the point of contention for the entire story that everything rides on, basically. Like, this is why she needs vengeance. This is why everyone's fighting for her. Or this is why he's the worst villain. Like, there's other things in the world that are scary, and I think it's just, you know, with this kind of book, I'm sick of rape being the big device that we all are supposed to be. I mean, we
Well,
should be. We
Game
are
of
terrified
Thrones.
of it. It is, huh? Yeah, well, that's why we've all been talking about it so much, is because
Yeah.
of Game of Thrones. Primarily, but it's just once you start hearing it, it gets a little like, okay,
That's
Yeah.
for a lot of books, like horror books. I mean, I'm a huge horror film fan, and I read a lot of horror books, and almost always, if it's a female character, a rape is either threatened, or she's already been raped and she's going into vengeance mode, or at the very end, she's saved from being raped. It's like this thing that always happens in horror, and it drives me crazy because it's like, well, it doesn't happen when we leave the dude. Like, I would love it. I mean, it's going to sound horrible out of context, but I would love it if more dudes got raped instead of women always having that happen to them. Or instead of no, how about no rape at all? Have it
Yeah, no rape at all would be
This
better.
is no rape.
Yeah.
No rape.
raping.
No rape.
sever your
raping.
limbs. Or I'm going to sever your limbs, or I'm going to take away, like, your sight, or something that's, like, one of your senses, you know, like, I'm going to take your eyeballs, or, to me, that
Yeah.
would be much more provocative, but much scarier. To me, it's like, you're right, rape is overused as almost like lazy storytelling, kind of like, if you can't figure out how to end a book or how to save them, I always hate it when sci-fi, they just throw in time travel as a thing, and
Yeah.
that is like a lazy device, so... Okay, I
Yeah.
take it back. I take it back before everyone hates me. I don't want dudes to be raped. Rape is bad across the board. But all I'm saying is it's always gender specific to women, and I'm sick of it and tired of it. And honestly, it doesn't add to a storyline ever.
Well, that was what was interesting about Outlander.
Yeah,
Because
they
there
did it
is
well.
that, and it was handled, I thought, very well, and was additive to the character and seen through in a way that you could tell the trauma was lasting and impactful. Whereas, you know, like there was a incident in the last episode of two episodes of Game of Thrones before. I don't want to spoil it, but there was a situation where someone was in a compromising position and threatened in that way, and then suddenly in the next scene it's like, la la la, I'm fine, you know. So that, you know, if you're going to do anything to a character, it should have an effect on them that is long-lasting and change them as a person, or don't do it, right? So that's my point.
Yeah.
As far as comments on the forum, there were some pretty great ones about the truck itself.
Yeah.
Shalane said, in the first half of the book, I kept thinking the truck was a real Mary Sue. It had everything. Crazy showers, satellite banking, a skidoo, a loft apartment. But then she doesn't even use it in the second half of the book. And then, yeah, so if you guys had a truck, what would you have to have in your truck to be able to, even if it was a Mary Sue truck, what would you have in your truck to be able to drive around the wastelands?
I definitely need that shower thing, only I'd want it to be like a bath shower combination. Yeah, and a thing where it just automatically dried my hair and it looked, you know, nice instead of crazy the way it would in the apocalypse.
Oh, you think it would be because of the apocalyptic air would be bad for your humidity for your hair?
Yeah, yeah, it would just be just a big puffball. It would be terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
It might terrify people though. And that could be good for me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, I need a video game station, and I mean, ideally a pool table. You know, if I could just have it be on the top and then come down, because I really would like to be good at pool, and if I was in the apocalypse, I'd have a lot of time off. Yeah. Also, I would want a one press, like a meal maker. I don't want to have to cook myself, so I need to be able to choose from a menu of various, and I need a lot of cuisines. I need a lot of range of cuisines. So.
And it's just a replicator at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have one of those.
Yeah. I think that my truck is like a conglomerate of a lot of you guys' ideas. Like, I have to have the shower bathtub combo because sometimes a long day on the road you need a bubble bath.
Yeah.
I also have very specific beverage and food needs, so I can't just go to every truck stop and eat. I have to have like some sort of mini fridge or giant fridge full of stuff that I would normally eat, and some healthy stuff. I don't know if you could get like fruit during the post-apocalypse, but something healthy, not just all processed.
Well, you just go down to the beach and you come back and with some pineapples.
Yeah. I need a big screen TV with like all my favorite, like a Netflix situation, like all my movies. And then I think also you kind of need like a little bit of plant life inside, because if it's snowing outside the whole time,
That's nice.
I have like ferns, or like, you know, like the spider plant behind me. I do like spider plants. I don't know. I would have, or maybe some sort of air plants that don't really need a lot of attention. They just because then you have fresh air inside the truck.
Yeah.
Those, like,
filter.
Air. So
absolutely.
It has to be and a lot. I need a giant, awesome bed with like that Tempur-Pedic foam and like a zillion pillows.
Yeah.
So that would be my thing.
I would
Veronica?
also like a gaming rig, for sure.
Yeah, you need a gaming,
A gaming rig in my rig. A standing desk, obviously.
Yeah.
So I can drive while standing.
Only when
ergonomic.
when it yells at you.
You just drive standing because you don't want to get the spread. You don't want to get the spread when you're driving around the
Right.
I also need a robot. because I have a feeling I would go bat crazy if I didn't have someone to talk to. So I need some sort of robot I can turn on and off to talk to.
Oh yeah, because you want. I mean, it's just as good as a person.
Yeah.
Lisa Hayden says, I want one of those all-in-one bathrooms like in The Sims and a food synthesizer and a robot to tell me stories. So you could be roommates in that rig with Lisa.
Well, we
Yeah,
can.
no reason at all says I would want a driver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But if you
Yeah.
have a robot who can drive, then when you want to sleep, you can have the robot drive and you'd still make like your deadline for when you're hauling stuff.
How about I don't want a truck, I want a house that I live in.
Well, no, you
Sure.
got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. Have you?
Yeah.
Did any of you see Mad Max?
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Guys, if you haven't seen Mad Max, close your eyes, and then I'll go like this when we're done spoiling Mad Max, because I just want to talk
You
about
just
how
told them
good
to
that
close
movie
their
was.
eyes. They can't
What?
see you wiggle your arms around. You told them to close their eyes.
And they're not
You mean
close
close their ears.
Oh, okay. Close your ears, and then when I go like this, we're going to stop talking about Mad Max. But we're going to talk about Mad Max for 5 minutes because, boy, it was amazing.
So
It was so good. I'm going to name the baby Furiosa.
Are you really? I hope you do. I want you to. At least,
At least it's a middle name, yeah.
That
What
was
did
so
you?
good.
I thought it was so. And did you know he had Eve Ensler, the vagina
Yes.
monologues woman? Come on, and he didn't even have a script. He had 3,500 storyboards he'd done over the last 10 years, and he's like, well, I don't really know what they say, but I know exactly how it looks, and they actually still funded it. Can you believe that?
yeah.
Amazing.
And did
It's
you know
so
that
good.
it was all ready to go 3 years ago, and he's just been tinkering with it for the past 3 years to make it perfect?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt that way because the trailers were happening for so long.
Do you think that movie
Mad
was
Max
a
trailers.
reader versus reader asked, do you think it was a feminist movie?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it had feminist elements to it. Yeah, I mean, it was not a perfect feminist film, but I don't think anything ever will be. I mean, I'm okay. Okay, that's wrong. Scratch that from the record. I feel like it definitely had feminist ideals, and if you consider feminist to just be equality, then yeah, I think there was definitely some, it was very equal. I mean, she didn't need saving. Furiosa didn't need saving. She was the decider, and that was pretty awesome. Like, he was just the point of view character. She was the protagonist. And I thought that was, it was neat. It was cool to see.
Everyone's going to hate me for saying this, but I think Beyond Thunderdome was also a feminist movie because they had Tina Turner running things, and she was a villain in the third Mad Max movie, but she was, I mean, to me that was a feminist role, and that was the 80s, was that late 80s when that movie came out, so. Well,
I think a lot of people will agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I love this movie, and this is a perfect example of why, like, fangirls and boys and nerds should not knee-jerk freak out every time they hear something they love's being rebooted or given a sequel, because this is a great. Battlestar Galactica is also a great example of this. Not everything's gonna suck. Like, just because they're remaking something or rebooting something that we all love from our childhood or high school or whatever does not mean it's gonna suck. And this Mad Max movie is a great example of how you can do it right and how it makes sense for the time. And I loved it. I can't wait to see it again because it was so not only
So good.
It was also.
but even if you turned off the dialogue and just had the music and just watched it visually, it was beautiful. So I loved it.
It
All
was
right. Anyway.
it was also a really great example of how to handle rape and rape victims, in that they didn't have to show it.
Yeah.
You just knew. You didn't have to show it to see what.
And they would
what
do
the
anything
effects
to
of
get
it
out
were.
of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So-
All right. Okay. Boom. No more. Okay. Let's get into quickly go through the characters as we get into our last run here. And also we have a couple of very good questions that people liked. Now the characters. Coral says, "I like the play between the two main characters. I like the humor. This is a fluffy, cotton candy, sugary sweet quick read," which I think we all agree on. What did you guys think about the character of Wizard? Because I'm going to read you a couple of comments in the forum that made me laugh so hard. Sean and Fracky said, Wizard of Oz came to mind every single time they read it, and then no Pinball Wizard. So there was a lot of discussion on what song everyone thought of when that his name came up. Kate says, I was just supremely disappointed that Wizard did not turn out to be a cyborg. Tracy says, Wizard reminded me of Castiel. Ariel says, I envisioned Wizard as Sheldon from Big Bang Theory with long hair and muscles.
Oh, God. No thanks.
So, yeah, we had a lot of comments. What did you think of Wizard as a character, other than his name, which we've all trashed to hell, even though I liked it, okay?
He was a bus killer, right? Like, I thought he was, from the description, maybe I misread that. Does he have, like, long hair and muscles? Like, wasn't that? Yeah. So I can't picture him with, the geeky spectrum of physicality.
You know how I pictured him? I'm going to do a casting right now. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Wow.
Do
I
it, Greg.
don't know if I am.
Andrew W.K.
Oh, yeah.
Wizard is Andrew W.K. Felicia is furiously Googling who Andrew W.K. is, which makes me really sad.
Okay, all I do is Google Andrew partying.
Okay, my Wizard was... Okay, you guys, now we're just going to do casting while we talk about the characters, but my Wizard was the guy I met actually last weekend at a convention who was very nice, so I feel bad about objectifying him, but Carl Yoon from Arrow.
Yeah.
He's Asian, but he is a fine-looking man, and he looks like he would be a post-apocalyptic enhanced soldier assassin, okay? Just saying.
I was going to say Jason Mimosa. How do I say Mimosa?
Momoa.
I like mimosa.
No, I know. Because it's like two of my favorite things, muscles and mimosa. Yeah, he's actually goes against what I'm usually attracted to, but I am totally attracted to him from everything he's ever been in. And I think I mentioned Red Road last time. You should watch that. It's on Netflix, isn't it? But he's got just these muscles. And, it's just hot. I don't know. I could see, he's one of those actors that I hope he mostly does shows where he doesn't have to wear a shirt. Is that bad?
Who is this Andrew W.K.? I mean, I could what does he do?
He's a comedian.
Oh, God, I'm going to kill myself.
Performance artist guy.
He's a musician primarily. Yeah. He also writes an excellent article on the Village Voice. He does an advice column. He's amazing. He was one of my favorite musicians when I was in college. He's hilarious. Huh?
I feel really ignorant.
He also did comedy as well.
Did he do? I mean, does he? He
does.
just like stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's how I found out about him. I didn't even know he was a musician until later. So he'll be that we're mentioning him because I think he follows most of us on Twitter. So
he does.
Well, I feel really bad about being ignorant, and now I'm going to go educate myself in the Andrew W.K. world.
Oh yeah, you gotta download his album. He's amazing. His album's called "I Get Wet." It came out in 2001.
Oh, good.
And I think he's based in New York. I'm not sure if it's New York or LA, but he did the inside of his apartment to look like a wood cabin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I also was intrigued and aroused.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Did you guys hear me that he was here in Portland last night for Everything Fest?
Oh, cool.
With, like, Dan Harmon and all these people.
Oh,
so
cool.
he was here. Yeah. He might still be here. I don't know.
In your house?
He might be in your house right now.
Oh my God, he is.
We have a lot of Wizard, Tom Hiddleston, Kit Harington, Taylor Lautner. We had a lot of ideas on Taylor Lautner actually kind of works.
Yeah, Taylor works. I think Taylor for that, especially in the movie he was just in about parkour.
Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Reader versus Reader says Dave Grohl. I like that one too.
Oh yeah.
Like a muscly, even more muscly Dave Grohl.
And if anyone's going to be a trucker, Dave Grohl's going to be it.
Can we have The Rock with hair? Can that be an option?
Oh my God, just put a mullet on him. Guys, Gunhilder brings up a good point on the forums. What did you think of the fact that Wizard had a way to make a clean, infinite power source but didn't share it with the world?
No, you didn't give it to
I know. Kind of a jerk.
Maybe it's just for the right people. It's kind of like when you have a really good drink recipe, you don't want to share it with the world, you just want to share it with people you like. Maybe it's like that.
Well, guys,
was it a fusion reactor? Was that what it was?
In the audience, she basically goes to Raina and he's like, hey, you should take this other road to get there's a competition where she's trying to beat a bunch of people to deliver grain somewhere. And he's like, you should take this old abandoned road. And she's like, are you kidding? There's no gas on that road. He's like, I'll just change your engine to work on water. And she's like, what? So she's like, go ahead. And 24 hours later, suddenly he's changed her engine completely to not work on fuel. It only works on water. And in an ice world, that's that's pretty convenient. So
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
yeah. By the way, did anyone else get sort of a Cannonball Run feel from this book, or is it just?
Yeah, or like that movie Scavenger Hunt or whatever it was called. It's like that.
Or all the other remakes after, because I might be hating myself mentioning that movie that I'm sure none of you have seen, but
Or what about Happy Feet?
all.
Did you guys get like a Happy Feet vibe?
yeah.
Well,
I never saw that.
I don't like penguins.
hate penguins.
You don't like penguins?
Anytime
I mean, they're fine. They're not my favorite animal. Their heads are so
Wait,
tiny.
What? You don't like penguins? What kind of monster are you? Nobody hates penguins.
They're okay.
They're so funny.
I mean, penguins are like the koalas of the Antarctic.
They're basically so cute.
Yeah,
So cute.
they're already
It's so cute. They smell.
a bow tie.
And they mate for life. They love each other.
And they get up to the water and they can't do anything but jump into the water because they can't walk backwards.
Yeah, and they taste it.
Yeah. And so sometimes they just stand there in front of the water for a while just because they're like, I don't know what to do now. I
Oh my
can't.
God.
Oh, Felicia, you just lost all your
Fall
penguins.
in.
I didn't know. They're not my favorite. I personally don't like them in the cartoons more than in real life. I'd rather see real life penguins than cartoon penguins. Their
You don't like
whimsy
cartoon
is just over the top, and it's almost like Zooey Deschanel of the Bird Kingdom.
Oh, wow, that's
Too
hard.
much. Too much.
I'm tweeting that.
Can't wait to see the
But I won't use her handle, so she'll never see it.
Thank you.
Okay,
Don't do that. That would be bad. Although she probably thinks it's a compliment, which is kind of a compliment. Okay. Guys, let's move on to Raina. So Raina, did you have casting and or thoughts on her character? I think we all kind of agreed that she was not bad, although her backstory was muddled in the writing a little bit. Her personality and the way that she reacted to things, I thought was pretty great.
Yeah.
I thought of Olivia from Fringe.
Somebody on the forum said that too, yeah.
Oh, really?
That would be good.
Yeah. I thought Rosamund Pike from The Gone Girl, or The Gone Girl.
What is she supposed to look like? She's supposed to be blonde, or?
Yeah, she has long blonde hair.
I'm sorry, did you say Bird Kingdom or Animal Kingdom?
Of the Bird Kingdom, because,
Okay.
There's other categories of mammals.
Oh
my God.
I don't.
Manic Pixie Dream Penguins, Zephyr West on that.
What did people on the forums cast Raina as? Because I'm having a hard time imagining her.
We had a lot of really good suggestions. Rose McIver, who I don't know. Oh, she's the one who was in Cinderella, I think.
Oh, okay.
She's from Downton.
Yeah. Billy Piper, which I kind of liked. Catherine Winnick, which was, I don't know who she is, but that was several people was like, oh, Catherine Winnick. Let's look her
John
up.
Scalzi just said Manic Pixie Dreambirds.
Universal joke.
Oh, I totally agree with Catherine Winnick. What is she in? I don't know what she's in. But she does look like Raina, for sure.
Every time I hear Raina, I think Raina from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's
I
not-
know.
So I'm totally. This always happens to me when there's like a character's name. I identify completely with another character that's like really popular right now, other than Wizard. Wizard was a free for all. I mean, come on. What was the bad guy's name in this book?
His name was Blaine.
Yeah, and then
Bane.
Or was it Bane?
It was Bane like Bane. It was Bane as in Bane.
Okay,
And so I couldn't.
Blaine.
So he talked like that the whole time.
I read it as Blaine and went straight to Spader.
Talk like Tom Hardy. That was the worst Tom Hardy imitation you've ever heard.
Do that again.
I'm Bane. I talk like this.
Tom Hardy only takes roles where he has shit on his face
And he
now.
can't talk. He has to go like he just grunts the entire movie. That's how he gets his roles.
That's
Does
why it's so
anybody
weird
want to
when
see Tom Hardy eat a lollipop?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
What kind of question is that?
I
Yes.
don't know. But because you so rarely see his lips, because all he does is star in things with his lips covered. It's whenever his lips are exposed in Mad Max, I was like, I wonder what he looked like eating a lollipop.
What didn't you watch? You didn't watch Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, or
No,
Inception.
I need to watch it.
What's in
Peaky
that?
Blinders is so
Just
good.
Rewatch Inception. It's so weird. You can hear him speak like a gentleman, like a young gentleman.
Like a goddamn human being.
Yeah. Look at his big puffy lips, and it's just.
They're large
I
lips
have
and he's
three.
not real.
This is my thing now. So Tom Hardy,
Mm-hmm.
The Rock,
Yeah.
Jason Statham,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and you know who.
For
Yes.
what? Oh, for your top 5?
Yes.
Top 4. That's my 4.
I approve.
You only
By
have
the
4?
way, if you want to see Jason Statham, go see the Melissa McCarthy movie Spy, where he plays like a real spy and she plays like this agent that like never gets to do field work, and so they put her in the field because this like villain knows all the spies, so she has to go in. Jason Statham does such a great job in that. So does what's his name? Who's the guy that slept with the nanny and his wife divorced him? Jude Law. Sorry. So Jude Law's in it as well, but I have to say that Jason Statham is really, really good in this. And then also, I've been watching Lip Sync Battle on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my
and
god,
The Rock
so good.
does an amazing lip sync of Taylor Swift's Shake It Off that made me even more attracted to The Rock because he can actually pull that off. So
He kind of has everything, The Rock. Like, there's nobody who can be like, I'm not into The Rock. Like, I would argue.
His
The Rock
smile
is supposed
lights
to
up
be
the
in,
room.
he's supposed to be in the Big Trouble in Little
Big
China.
Trouble in Yeah, I saw you tweeting about that. That's how
I don't know about that, guys. I think it's probably going to be good because I know the writer and they're very good. But that is my favorite movie, so that's the one thing I'm sacrosanct. It's like,
That's your favorite movie?
Well, that's how I feel about Jurassic World, because Jurassic Park is my favorite movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the sequels were all terrible, and so now we have a chance for like redemption.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
Okay.
I love Chris Pratt, though, so.
I know he's kind of great. Sexy times. Let's just wrap it up with the sexy times and a couple questions from the forum. I thought the sexy times were really good in this book and very well written. Except, what do you do, Ron?
What is going on? This is
Why?
what? No.
Stupid.
This is
Stupid. Stupid.
Going down.
It was time to sit.
Your computer's a nag. It's like having a naggy trainer.
I think your computer's flirting with you at this point. I don't even
Time to
think
sit. What do you mean it's flirting with me? If
was
the bear wanted me to sit, that'd be a different story. My desk is that involved.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
I always love like the end of our show when it shows who's been drinking faster than others.
I think we know. I definitely think we know.
Yeah. It's me.
Oh man.
I'm super drunk right now, you guys.
Yeah.
Your
Okay,
baby's like floating in water. No, okay,
Yeah.
sexy times. What did you think
Drunk
about the
baby.
sexy time writing? I thought the sexy time writing was really good in this book.
But what about the ending? Tell me about the sexy times I missed because I read this instead of doing computer. So tell
Oh,
me.
I didn't read the extra sex scene. I was concerned at the end of the book that they got in the water, the sea water, in a post-apocalyptic world, and they had sex. That seemed very unsanitary.
That's so unhygienic. There are so many things in water, and that. What about flesh-eating bacteria? I mean, that's that is the worst place you want flesh-eating bacteria is down below.
Don't shove it in there.
Yeah, that's bad.
Is it as bad as a hot tub though?
Because hot
Hot
tubs
tubs are probably bad too.
No. Hot tub has chlorine. Hot tub has chlorine in it, and it kills everything. Whereas I think ocean water, you run the risk of not only like weird bacteria, but maybe tiny barnacles. I don't know. Weird like placenta. Not placenta. Sorry. Plankton.
What?
Plankton. You know what I'm
How
saying?
did we get from hot tub to placenta?
At least it
Wow.
is polenta. I used to get placenta and polenta mixed up all the time.
Oh, God, don't. That's
That would be an awkward dinner party.
Yes. Placenta polenta.
To a party and I said, hey everybody, dig in, it's great placenta, and I didn't eat it, and boy, that was a bad party. That was so embarrassing. But it did taste good. But it's not placenta. I meant plankton.
The drunker I get, the more that cat pillow behind you seems to be talking to me.
Yeah.
It's really. Oh God! Look at her eyes.
It's a Khajiit.
It is a Khajiit.
Bonnie's a
okay,
Khajiit now.
Question. Okay, 2 questions, then we're gonna wrap it up. One, what kind of post-apocalypse would you want to live in? Arctic desert zombie, and what skills would you want to be best at for survival? And would you have sex with a Khajiit or one of the lizard guys? Those are 3-part question.
Oh,
What kind of
God.
apocalypse? What would your skill be? And would you what kind of animal hybrid mutant would you want to most have sex with?
Oh. Okay, let's do first question and go down the line. Second question.
Okay, first question. First question, what kind of apocalypse? I would say definitely not cold, because I'm not into the cold. Desert, no, because sand gets everywhere. I think I would rather almost have, be in a zombie world. No, yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
Zombie world?
I guess
okay,
Mad Max over zombies?
No judgment. No judgment.
I don't know.
I
Go on. Just everyone decide.
never pick Zombie World because I'm horribly out of shape, so I'd be the first one to go. So I never pick Zombie World.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Ice World if there's plenty of places to get warm and plenty of hot people to get warm with. So I'm okay with that. Though that's ironic because I moved to California to get away from snow, so maybe I'm just lying to myself.
Okay.
Is there,
Argonian, that's it. Thank you, Mitchell.
is there an apocalyptic, like, in Jamaica? Can we do that? Or does it
That's
matter?
true. Why can't you be in the apocalypse on an island?
A
Yeah.
tripocalypse. Get it?
Apocalypse?
Tripocalypse.
Tripocalypse? Oh, we just made up a new genre. Holy shit. Tripocalypse.
That's a great idea.
Wow, Kylie, you have to write that. I
Yeah,
never see
I'm
your
gonna.
apocalypse fan fiction.
It's going to be my new genre. That's what I'm doing. I'm writing it down right now.
I guess
Okay.
it would be the apocalypse Monkey Island style.
Okay, you would be pirate. I would be with you on that pirate. It would be a pirate apocalypse.
Yeah, pirate
I'm a
apocalypse.
pirate. Okay, I'll get you that. Okay, Veronica, what about you?
I think I'd want like a post-apocalyptic, like the Earth has gone back to being like a, like jungle world, and so like all the humans are dead, but I'm still alive, kind of like Oryx and Craykish. Like, so I'm just like moving throughout the world and surviving, but it's not really like a zombies or like radiation. It's just like the world is regrowing around the ruins of civilization, and I'm just surviving
I like
on
that.
land.
Okay, next question. What would be your specialty?
I didn't get to go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyla. I'm sorry. I thought you were Tropocalypse, but you were okay.
I was just
I'm
naming.
answering for two now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just naming that one. But I would go for the. Wait, I had one that was. Oh, I would like a water world.
Oh,
could
would you
be
be
one of
in the
them.
water? Would you become a merman?
No. Yes. Well, that'll be my answer on the next one.
Merwoman?
Yeah, mayor lady.
Merwoman.
Mer
Okay, good question.
Okay,
Okay,
got it.
down the line, what would your skill be?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, you need to have specialize. You need to redeem yourself. You can't just be dead weight, Veronica. You need to be a specialist in something.
But it can't be like a superpower. It's just like a regular human special.
Yeah, it's like motorcycle repair is supposed to be the one in a zombie apocalypse that you have.
Right.
I would want to be a hydroponic engineer, so I can grow shit.
I bet you would grow really good shit too. I'm on your truck then. 'cause
Okay, thank you.
That's the good stuff.
What would be my specialty? I feel like it should be something with computers, but probably not. Like, computers are probably gone.
Well, you can make electricity. That could be your skill.
Like, I could make things that were broken work somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd be like the professor on Gilligan's Island.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I'd
Yeah.
rather like to think that maybe I would be like a hunter. Like, I think I'd be a hunter.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Like,
bad. Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to say bow and arrow because then it makes me feel like I'm Katniss. I don't want to be Katniss, but it's kind of like Katniss.
Have you ever hunted, Veronica?
I have never hunted, no.
Yeah, I have. It comes from being in the Midwest, and it's not as glamorous as it sounds, and you have to skin what you
I
kill.
don't expect it to be glamorous, Bonnie. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm aware.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to judge you. I'm trying to picture you covered in blood, and it was kind of hot.
Yeah.
But if you have, there's a difference between you're in a post-apocalyptic world. There's no grocery store. You
Right.
have to eat. You
Yeah.
gotta eat.
You either become a vegetarian or you learn to kill things.
Yeah, I guess that's the word. Okay.
Like Kansas.
All right. Kyla.
Oh, I would be an oceanographer.
Oh, because you're a merwoman. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What was yours, Felicia?
Mine was hydroponics.
Oh, right, hydroponic. Okay, so I guess mine would be I'd be able to gun repair. There we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one in Fallout to have. Yeah.
Remember those commercials on getting your degree online before, or getting your degree at home before there was online? I know, like refrigerator repair, VCR repair, and gun repair.
Yeah.
Gun repair.
All right, last question. What hybrid man, well, or woman, what hybrid creature would you, in the apocalyptic world where people are fused, kind of like Khajiit and Aragonians from Skyrim, which race would you be like, okay?
Okay, like Lion Man, maybe, because he'd be. It makes me think of the dude from those books we read. Remember the the blades?
Yeah.
And she's got her husband. That's a were-lion. I liked him. Yeah, he was hot.
I don't know. Maybe an eagle man, because I'd be like, get your face away.
Not Penguin Man.
Oh,
I don't
beaks
know.
are so unattractive. Can you imagine?
Beaks are not.
Oh, you
You're
don't want
right.
to kiss
Beaks
that
are
face.
bad. Probably
You could
Aragonian.
hurt.
Probably Aragonian. Probably a lizard guy. Because I get really hot when I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, I don't want the covers on me, which most girls get cold and the guys are hot. So, like, if the guy was really cold,
That'd be good.
it'd be a good balance because we don't have a lot of covers there in the apocalypse. Tropocalypse.
Yeah, that's good.
Apocalypse.
Stuffy scaly too. You don't have to worry about like when you make out with a guy with a beard, or I guess in some of our cases fur. If we're gonna choose animals, then you get that whisker rash when you kiss someone with a beard.
Oh yeah.
I used to. I don't anymore. My husband has a beard, and I don't get it. I don't get
You
that.
only have
I don't get it
calluses,
either.
like when you get on your toes, on your mouth.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Maybe you develop a callus.
I think
I
maybe.
don't think I have a callus.
I think maybe you just stop making out as hard after you've been with somebody for a while.
Yeah, after 10 years, this is kind of like, okay, I love you.
So it's like
There's not so much beard rash.
Okay, kiss side cheek. Mwah.
I didn't brush my teeth.
Okay, I need to read. I want to read before bed. No.
does it have to be half human, half something, or is it something? I mean,
Okay, fine. It's fine, Bonnie. Just go for your dream.
Go. What do you want, girl?
What do you want? Just choose out of the air.
This sound horrible, but I kind of like the idea of like the not Gryffindor. That's Harry Potter. A griffin.
A griffin.
So
That's not even a human at all, really.
Eagle, lion, dragon, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot of parts.
I don't know. I'm adventurous. I'll try it.
Yeah, it is. I don't know.
All right, Kyla, what was you?
I guess I would have to go with a merman. I did just read a romance novel about that, so I know how they do it.
Really? How do they do it? They don't have a.
It comes out of the part down
Like
there.
a dolphin.
Like a dolphin. Like a little slit opens and.
Ew.
Yeah.
And dolphins have huge dicks.
Mhm.
How does that work underwater? Like,
Yeah, and it's fine underwater because I guess you could breathe underwater, so I guess the water pressure doesn't bother you.
it's not like seahorses, right? Where they just. Do seahorses have sex, or do they fertilize the eggs after they lay them?
No, they attach each other. They attach to each other.
They attach to each other, and then
They
the
have their
guy
eggs in
carries
their
the
body.
eggs, right?
Yeah, the eggs are in their body.
And the guy has to take care of all the children, which I love that idea.
Gil Ramirez brings up the fact that if you have any kind of cat person, it's a bird penis. So
Yeah, after that.
Oh,
nope, it's a no for me.
That's
Is it coiled too? What's the coiled penis? I forgot what that animal has.
Oh,
Dogs do the thing where they lock them in. No, they don't have a coil penis, but they get locked in afterwards because they swell up on the other side, and then they get them, and they get stuck butt to butt for a while.
oh God.
okay, that's traumatic to think about. Okay, and on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up, guys. That was a fun May hangout. Thanks for joining us. Next month, in honor of Jurassic World, we are doing dinosaur romance. Now, we've already read the first book in this. We already got the dinosaurs making out. We already read the first book in this series by Nina Bangs, but we're gonna go ahead.
I believe we're going back to Nina Bangs.
Well, there's nobody else.
I know.
There's nobody else doing dinosaur porn that isn't like straight porn.
Yes,
So,
Taken by T-Rex is, I think, the alt, right? And Taken by T-Rex is
so
definitely...
the main is called Eternal Cravings by Nina Bangs, and the alt, which Bonnie is going to read, is a erotic short story. So warning, this is not tame. Taken by a T-Rex by Christy Sims.
Okay.
So if you guys have alternates, actually on the forum there's a whole thread on alternate post-apocalyptic and apocalyptic books. So if you want any books in this genre, lots of great suggestions on the forum. Hopefully you guys will be able to provide more dinosaur romance novels for us, and we'll all discover together a new genre. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I guess we'll see you next month, guys. Anybody else have anything before we leave? No?
Oh, I have a new show.
Yes. Veronica, tell us about your new show.
It's called Dear Veronica, and it is a weekly advice show about anything from technology to etiquette to social media to science. I have a lot of great experts lined up that are going to come on the show and answer your questions. So if you want to ask a question, use the hashtag Dear Veronica on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, wherever you can post shit with hashtags. I will find you, and I will answer your questions.
Is this your
going to
own,
launch.
or is this a network?
It's on Engadget.
Okay.
It's on Engadget.com, and it's launching on June 10th.
Yay! Everyone tune in on June 10th.
Yay!
Congratulations!
Thanks.
And okay, so we'll see you next month. See you on the forums, goodreads.com/vaginalfantasy. And thanks for reading along. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.